This cool looking guy right here is a gentleman named Elliot Grainge. He's the son of Sir Lucian Grainge, a man said to be the most powerful person in the music industry. If being a Nepo baby was the Olympics, Elliot Grainge just walked away with a gold medal. Now in 2016, Elliot Grainge started an independent record label named 10K. They bought us groundbreaking acts such as Ice It Baby, the trippiest of the Reds, and everybody's favorite internet rap rat, Tekashi 6ix9ine. And many people are saying we're at the start of a new era as Elliot Grainge is preparing to take charge of Atlantic Records. As this headline states, Elliot Grainge has publicly criticized major labels will now run Atlantic Music Group. Interesting as well, in the days leading up to Sean Combs' arrest and in the midst of Elliot Grainge being announced as the new CEO, layoffs begin at Atlantic Music Group. Two key executives in the company decided to leave, or they were forced down. We'll never know. But they were Julie Greenwald and Kevin Liles. We know that Kevin Liles is a former mentor and collaborator with Sean Combs. Some have speculated that his arrest has something to do with these figures stepping down, as well as Elliot Grainge taking over at Atlantic. In addition to these two leaving, there have been large wave layoffs taking place with over 170 people leaving the company. Many people may not realize that there are only 3 major record labels, with smaller labels operating as subsidiaries under those labels. And the 3 major labels are Universal Music Group, of which Lucian Grainge is the CEO. And as you see, they control 32% of market share. Then there's Sony Music Group, which controls 22% market share. Their CEO is a gentleman named Robert Stringer, who looks very uncomfortable and ashy. He looks like he's constipated. He's very rich though. And the third company is Warner Music Group, which controls a global market share of 16%. You all, do you know what the fuck this means? This means the Grainge family, between Lucian and his son, they're controlling 2/3 of the major music industry. They have 2/3 of the major market share in the music industry. So of course, me being a conspiracy theorist, I said to myself, Lucian Grainge and the Grainge family, they're working together to consolidate control of the music industry. This is a monopoly. How can this be legal? Now, in an interview, Elliot Grainge says him and his father talk about everything except music business, because that would be a breach of contract and that would be a breach of business, and they don't do that. But I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, what does this mean? And how is this not a monopoly? How is this legal? Now, if you look at the second sentence of the Sherman Antitrust Act, which speaks to monopolies, it says, under the Sherman Act, agreements among competitors to fix prices or wages, rig bids, or allocate customers, workers, or markets are criminal violations. Other agreements, such as exclusive contracts that reduce competition, may also violate the Sherman Antitrust Act and are subject to civil enforcement. The Sherman Act also makes it illegal to monopolize, to conspire to monopolize, or attempt to monopolize a market for a product or services. So they have to walk a fine line. I'm going out on record, I'm speculating, I have no proof, but this is absolutely a monopoly. I think they're working to consolidate power as a family. Will they be using their proximity to information about artists to communicate with the other, to coordinate certain efforts? Will the old man be counseling his son on how to move with certain artists? This is all very interesting, and this shit seems like a motherfucking episode of Succession coming to life.